Hello and welcome to Newsroom Series as we bring you news from the Southwest region today. But first, our main news headlines, and it has to do with security. Welcome to the show. I'm Lamurde Macaulay. The Adamawa state government has imposed a 24-hour curfew in Lamurde local government area and surrounding communities following renewed attacks on the Bachama community, allegedly carried out by members of the Chobo community. According to local sources, the violence erupted on the night of Sunday, December the 7th, 2025, when heavily armed attackers invaded Waduku, Riganje, Tingo, and nearby settlements, overwhelming the areas. According to reports, the attacks are coming less than weeks after the Adamawa state governor, Umaru Finturi, convened a security meeting with the two communities with a view to brokering peace. Following the renewed attacks, the Commissioner of Police, Adamawa Command, Maurice Dankwabo, has deployed more operational personnel to the affected areas to monitor and enforce compliance. He appeals to the people to avoid action that is capable of further disrupting the peace and security of the area. The Lagos State government has launched Nigeria's first tele-veterinary call center, a digital platform designed to provide real-time veterinary support to farmers and pet owners across the country. State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, who unveiled the call center at Okoba Agege, says the initiative will help improve disease surveillance and limit the spread of zoonotic infection. She also says the center is providing 24/7 emergency support and professional veterinary advice for livestock, pets, business, and individual owners.
This is the Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems Animal Hospital, Okoba Agege. The facility renders veterinary services, including laboratory tests for all kinds of animals, by preventing animal diseases.
Clients bring their dog when they saw what we call spotting, blood drops from the vulvar region. So they bring on them for evaluation to actually detect if the dog has come to eat.
As part of efforts to upgrade animal care, the Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems and her team are here to unveil a veterinary call center that will provide professional care for pet owners.
This project is designed to drive the veterinary services, livestock and animal husbandry businesses to ensure that practitioners and stakeholders get the best in terms of service, consultancy service, just like we have in the human health area. This is what Lagos State is offering.
The Commissioner says the public-private initiative is Nigeria's first tele-veterinary call center designed to enhance efficiency, empower farmers, and protect public health.
This milestone marks a decisive step in strengthening animal health systems, improving food safety, and advancing agricultural innovation for millions of Nigerians. Around the world, technology is rapidly reshaping the way we produce, protect, and consume food. For years, farmers, pet owners, whether in urban centers or remote communities, have struggled to access timely professional vet care. The tele-veterinary call center now provides a groundbreaking solution to this long-standing gap. And with this innovation, quick access to certified vet expertise becomes a reality for all. We launched this Lagos's first tele-vet call center in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, and in the name of the Holy Spirit.
The team unveils the call center and immediately puts it to test.
Hello? Good morning, this is tele-vet center. Please help me with...
Indicating that it is ready for public use.
Refer you to a nearest clinic around. Where do you stay, sir?
The inauguration of the fully equipped tele-veterinary call center in Lagos makes the state the leading megacity with certified veterinary expertise readily accessible through mobile phones to ensure healthy living for all animals.
The Oyo State Governor, Mr. Seyi Makinde, says his administration will continue to do everything possible to transform markets across the state and ensure that traders are also able to carry out their business in safe and secure spaces. The governor, who is represented by the Deputy Governor, Mr. Bayalawal, stated this at the commissioning of the Omituntu Ultramodern market in Ibadan. He says the market is the fourth of its kind being commissioned under the governor's tenure. Our correspondent, Bukola Ariwo, reports.
It is the turn of Ido local government in Oyo State to host the dignitaries for an event like this. It's the commissioning of another ultramodern market to improve trading activities in a conducive environment in one of the largest local government areas in the state.
Ultramodern market, constructed by the local government.
The Oyo State Governor, through his deputy, notes that the idea of building ultramodern markets is important to the government as it intends to replicate the initiative across the state so that Oyo State traders would not continue to ply their trades by the roadside.
Irú ọjà báyìí ó kálukú ní ṣọ́ọ̀pù díẹ̀ kájẹ́ pàtẹ ọjà rẹ̀. Àwọn aráàlú dẹ̀ ti mọ ibi kan lọ tó bá ti mọ ọjà tó fẹ́ rà irú ẹ̀ lè fi our commission lọ. Very happy for you and I congratulate you especially. Market management ensure that there are no abuses.
Chairman Ido local government, Sheriff Adeojo, says the construction of the ultramodern market by the local government is a fulfillment of Governor Makinde's campaign promises and a delivery of the dividends of democracy to the people.
The commissioning of this project is born out of the need to enable the masses to enjoy.
The President of the Nigerian Medical Association, Professor Bala Audu, has emphasized the need for the country to retain its critical health workers, particularly medical doctors and specialists, through adequate and commensurate welfare packages in order to reduce medical tourism and improve the nation's health indices. He made the call in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, while briefing journalists at the close of the association's National Executive Council meeting. The NMA president wants the federal government to fulfill all the demands contained in a memorandum of understanding signed with Nigerian doctors as part of efforts to provide the necessary support they need to deliver quality healthcare services.
Nigeria has the great potential to reduce medical tourism out of this country to the barest minimum by creating adequate awareness to Nigerians about the facilities available within the country so that they can take advantage of utilizing them rather than traveling out of this country looking for something that is actually available right at their doorstep. Beyond that, we also have the potential to actually bring inflow of both financial and other economical benefits to this country by revising medical tourism in favor of this country, by exploring what is available around the rest of the world in terms of letting patients in other parts of the world know and be aware of the services that are available in Nigeria, so that in the same vein that currently Nigerians are going to other countries seeking for health care, the nationals of other countries can actually come to Nigeria to seek for health care. In order to achieve this, it is critical that Nigeria retains its critical health workforce.
Now, in a bid to promote poverty reduction, biodiversity, conservation, and sustainable development in Nigeria, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization project, in collaboration with Forestry Research Institute of Nigeria and the National Park Service, have launched a biodiversity business training program in the Lamurde Biosphere Reserve, Ogun State. The week-long training program is part of the Biodiversity Business Nigeria project funded by the Commonwealth window of the India-UN Development Partnership Fund. It aims to equip 10 communities with necessary skills to establish and operationalize biodiversity business, focus on piggery and fish farming, biodiversity business management.
A biosphere reserve is a UNESCO-designated area of terrestrial or coastal ecosystems that promotes sustainable development by balancing biodiversity conservation with its sustainable use. Key functions of a biosphere reserve includes conservation, which ensures protection of biodiversity through genes, species, and preservation of ecosystems. This training by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, in collaboration with Forestry Research Institute of Nigeria and National Park Service, is aimed at empowering local communities to establish and operationalize biodiversity businesses.
Conservation is extremely important to UNESCO for many aspects, but the most important one is the concept itself. To preserve and conserve the environment, biodiversity, but at the same time ensuring that the communities that live in the biosphere reserves develop income-generating activities that are sustainable, that are green, and that allow them to keep after their family, but at the same time protecting the biodiversity of the sites.
Director General of the Forestry Research Institute of Nigeria, Zakaria Yaduma, emphasizes the importance of environmental education in promoting community responsibility and stewardship.
We are collaborating with a lot of stakeholders to see the success that our natural resources are being conserved.
The biosphere reserves are strictly protected with minimal human interference, with practices such as tree felling and other environmentally hazardous practices strongly discouraged.
The buffer allows little destruction, while that core is 100% protected from human interference. So with that structure, it allows sustainable development. It allows incoming generation also to benefit in these biosphere reserve resources.
The training is expected to provide participants with the skills and knowledge necessary to establish and operationalize biodiversity businesses that promote sustainable development, conservation of natural resources, and contribute to the UN Sustainable Development Goals.
You're watching Newsroom series on Channels Television. Coming up, the Lagos State Security Trust Fund elaborates on accountability. Please stay with us. Welcome back. The Elders Forum of the Ondo State chapter of the APC is organizing the free medical outreach for its members in Akure, the state capital. It's scheduled to be part of the meeting of the elders aimed at rallying support for President Tinubu for 2027. With over 500 beneficiaries and room for more, the outreach features health checkups, presentation of free drugs, as well as health talks by a medical expert.
Our purpose is to bring the elders of the party together for the purpose of mobilizing for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's re-election. All right. We also want to create solidarity among the elders so that, like the medical people are saying now, they should not be sitting at home. But in the course of events, we realized that some of our members were not able to attend the meeting because of one illness or the other. That was how the idea came by one of us and said, look, why don't we invite these people for health check?
We want to know that, we want people to know that we are lucky to have this man, Ahmed. Tinubu. And we're praying that it's coming back will be easier than this and will be easy for this. And this country will be able to raise our hand and to thank God for his life.
You look at people these days, they die young, 50 and above, because of the stress and because of what is going on in the country. But with this one, series of things are done. They check their blood sugar, they check their BP, they check everything, they check their eyes and everything. So that would at least make them to determine or discover what is wrong with them. And they are providing medicine along with it. So it makes it so good.
The Renewed Hope Initiative's Economic Empowerment Program for people living with disabilities has been launched in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, with about 250 beneficiaries provided with financial support to the tune of 200,000 naira each. Representing the First Lady, Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, and the Cultural Center in the state capital, the wife of the state governor, Bamidele Abiodun, says the gesture is to ensure individual prosperity and inclusivity. She asks beneficiaries to make judicious use of the financial assistance to grow their business and improve their well-being.
Empowerment of persons living with disabilities under the Renewed Hope agenda moves to Ogun State in southwest Nigeria. There's a deliberate effort from the RHA program to improve their social well-being, which is often hindered due to their physical inhibitions.
We recognize that disability does not diminish potential. It only sharpens the resilience with which we overcome barriers. It is only people who are resilient that can be part of this. Your stories, your innovations, your daily perseverance inspire the very policies we craft and strengthen our resolve to ensure every space, schools, workplaces, communities welcomes you fully.
250 beneficiaries are given economic lifelines to support their businesses for self-reliance.
All our beneficiaries, I encourage you to make good use of this opportunity. Let it be a seed that grows into something greater, a business that sustains you and helps your family.
Some of the beneficiaries commend the gesture, which they say will go a long way to support them.
You support my establishment for video and photo cooperation.
I'm very appreciative. May God be help, bless them and continue to bless them again.
This is part of a broader initiative towards social inclusiveness and socio-economic growth of individuals for economic transformation.
Now, the chairman board of the Nigerian Post Authority, Senator Adeyemi Adedayo, has cautioned young Nigerians advocating a military takeover to study history and understand the consequences of such a development. Senator Ade gave the warning while delivering a lecture at the second Faculty Week and Mentorship Program organized by the Faculty of Administration, Obafemi Awolowo University. He calls for increased funding and revitalization of formal mentorship, where young people can engage with political role models and receive guidance on democratic values. On insecurity, especially the recent cases of kidnapping, he says is optimistic that those responsible will be apprehended.
I cannot but talk about the debilitating security challenges that we currently face. In recent times, we have seen kidnapping here, kidnapping there. School children being abducted in the dead of the night. People invading the churches and taking away worshippers. Let me say right from the outset that I consider this to be orchestrated, contrived, and sponsored. The sudden wave of these kidnappings must suggest to any reasonable person that it's not just ordinary. It is being manipulated, it is being sponsored, it is being orchestrated by some group of people who want to discredit this government and who probably are afraid that the president is likely to have an easy way in the 2027 elections.
The new executive secretary of the Lagos State Security Trust Fund believes that accountability is in its soul, requires accountability. Now, speaking during his maiden interactive session with journalists, he believes that the time is ripe for the fund to begin to take stock and monitor interventions that have been given to security outfits in Lagos.
In close to 2 decades, security operatives have gained support in accoutrements, logistics, training and more from the Lagos State Security Trust Fund. In this room, the new executive secretary of the Lagos State Security Trust Fund and his team are meeting with journalists on charting a new course and having integrity as the watchword.
In the coming months, we will launch a renewed drive for retail donations. Because security is personal, as we all know, we want every citizen of Lagos to have the opportunity to contribute directly to making our city safer. When people join hands, even with small contributions, the outcome is always enormous. Whether it is 500 naira or it's 500 million or 50 million, what matters most is participation. That every Lagos resident should feel that they are part of the solution.
He adds that the establishment is ready to expand its network of supporters and ensure the impact of every contribution counts.
I think it's time we have a LSSTF monitoring team. And that will come into place immediately. And we need to engage some few people that their job will be to keep an eye on all these assets that we release out to those security agencies. And let me also say that we're not supporting the police alone. All security agencies operating in this land, Lagos, we support.
How then are the needs of these law enforcers identified?
They write to us. They tell us what they need. We get the information from them. And they tell us, on our board, you have a retired DIG, and you have a few people with technical expertise. So what happens? When they make those requests, receive them, we present to the board now invites them and asks them, okay, so if we provide this for you, to what effect will this help security? And they explain, they put up their presentations. Then when they leave, members of the board will now discuss, and the people who are security experts there will now explain certain other things to them and all, before the board now takes a decision on whether to do this or not.
In few days, the Trust Fund will be given account of its stewardship at an annual security summit, as it says all plans are in top gear to complete the rebuilding plans of the police division burnt down during the NSAS protest.
And that's it on Newsroom Series. Thank you for watching.